Okay guys, we are halfway through the shred now. We are just coming into week number 6. 5 more check-ins to go, and so bloody excited. I know I keep saying this week in, week out, but the progress so far has been absolutely unreal. So excited for another 5 weeks and another 5 check-ins to go. So the topic I'm going to speak to you about today is progression in the gym and how you can maximize the benefits from weight training. So you're probably all now very, very settled into your weight training plan. You're probably noticing yourself feeling stronger, noticing that you're getting used to the movements a little bit better. You're probably starting to use weights that, you know, at the start felt very, very easy, and now you're able to progress. So I just want to make sure that we're maximizing this weight training as much as possible. Some of you are training in the gym and some of you are training at home, and obviously that's absolutely fine. We can still progress, and that's exactly what we want to do. So let's focus on the next 5 weeks training and maximizing your potential in the gym, and almost kind of just not being afraid to really push out of your comfort zone, so that you are training to failure, not being afraid to fail at the bottom of a leg press, for example. And this comes with time, it comes with experience. At the start of a plan, I wouldn't expect you to all of a sudden be, especially if you're quite new to the gym, I wouldn't expect you to all of a sudden be training to the same intensity as like a more experienced gym person would train, or like for myself, for example. But as we go through the weeks, obviously your experience and your confidence is building with the training plan that you've got. So now let's make sure we're getting everything out of it. So I've got 6 different ways that you can maximize your training. And the first thing is going to be progressive overload. So you may have heard me speak about this before, but progressive overload is basically the process in which you're increasing your intensity. So this could be basically by increasing the weight that you're lifting, or it can be by doing more reps, or potentially even doing more sets. But mostly it's more reps or it's more weight. So if I just kind of give you an example, if we look at a leg press, say for example, you did a 100 kilo leg press last week, and your rep range on your plan says 8 to 10, and you got 10 reps, so you're at the top of your rep range. So what you would now need to do is, you've done 100 for 10, so you've maxed that out. So we now need to take it a step further. So because you got 10 reps, you'd actually at this point then look to increase the weight. So depending on how easy those 10 reps were, you could add on an extra 5 kilos, so like a 2.5 a side, which is probably relative to like a leg press, probably perfect, just an extra 5 kilos. Then you try that set again in your next session. So you've got 105, last week you did 100 times 10, you've now got 105 on the leg press, and you're aiming to get back into that rep range, so 8 to 10. So if you get 8 at 105, then that's fine, because that's then your baseline set for the following week, where you might go for 105 for 9, or you might even go 105 for 10. If you're then doing 105 and you get to 10, then again, that's the point in which you'll then increase it again. So you might go to 110 and you go back down. Okay, so 110, you might go to 8 reps again, and then the following week you might go to 9 reps, then you might go to 10 reps, you've maxed out the rep range, and then again you'd increase and you'd go back down in the reps to then increase up. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's gradually increasing your intensity, whether that's by an extra rep a week, or whether it's by adding an extra, even if it's like 5% to your total weight lifted, week in and week out. And that's how we progress. So this comes to my next point, is a logbook. If you haven't already got a logbook, it can just be a notebook. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a structured logbook. It can just be a notebook. Write your weights down, because no one is remembering their whole session of weights every single session and then remembering it for the following week. So get a logbook, write everything down, write your exercise, write set 1, set 2, set 3, the amount of weight you lifted, the amount of reps that you lifted, so that when you come into that session the following week, you've literally got everything written down there for you, and you don't have to worry about, what did I do last week? I can't remember. Was it 100 or was it 105? Was it 110? You've got it all there, and then you stay accountable to that logbook. Form, so your training technique, again, really important. And progression in the gym doesn't necessarily just have to be what I've just discussed. It's not, you know, always about lifting heavier or doing more. Sometimes we actually just we can still progress by focusing on your technique. Better techniques means you're going to get so much more recruitment of your muscle fibers, you're going to get more connection, more contraction, and as a result you're going to progress better from it. So no ego lifting in the gym. Don't think you can just go as heavy as possible with crappy form, because nobody wants to see that. We want to move the weight from A to B as efficiently as possible. Some of you are sending me over training videos. Perfect. Keep doing it. If you haven't yet sent me training videos, send me training videos. I can guarantee you there will be 2 points per exercise that I can give you to help you improve your form on that exercise. This ties in quite nicely with tempo, how quickly you're moving the weights. So you don't want to rush your reps. I see a lot of videos where just for like a lateral raise, for example, we're going up, down far too quickly. We want to keep it controlled. We want to control the weight and not let the weight control you. So for example, a lateral raise, you want to come up 1, 2. You want to have a good hold at the top and then bring down 1, 2, 3. And that's with any movement. Same with a leg press, same with a squat. Down for 3, 1, 2, 3 in that negative part of the movement. Then you hold 1, 2, then you come back up 1, 2, hold at the top for 1, absolutely fine, and then come back down. Tempo is key. Again, this is going to cause more contraction, more stress on the muscles in the best possible way, and you're just going to get so much better results from it as well. So you control the weight. Then we go to focus. So your focus in the gym, making sure you're not getting distracted by every Tom, Dick and Harry. If you're training with a partner, make sure you're going into the gym to train and not to gossip. One thing I've recently started doing is putting my phone on do not disturb. So, you know, you don't get any notifications through, you don't get kind of distracted by Instagram DMs or anything like that. Stay focused. Again, having a logbook really helps here, because you've got your session written in front of you and you know what you're doing next, what set you're doing next, etc., etc., and you just flow through the session nicely. But stay focused and don't allow yourself to get distracted by, you know, this guy walking in or your friend who's come in who you've not seen for a long time. Just stay locked into your session, and then again, you're going to maximize more benefits from the session. The final thing is supplements, but I'm going to talk to you about supplements next week. If you do have any questions on supplements at this point, just let me know, but I'm going to do a whole video on subs next week. So yeah, main takeaway points here: progressive overload, logbook, form, tempo, focus. Okay, and as I say, we'll talk about subs next week.